Hey, what's going on, good people? It's your dog, Tidy Man, checking in with another video here for you today. Let's get straight to the business. Let's waste no time. Kirk Cousins was spotted yesterday in Cleveland, Ohio area. He was spotted yesterday in the Cleveland, Ohio area. And I think it's safe to say the two states, Ohio and the state of Georgia, yesterday, probably the most engaging tweets from those two states probably revolve around Mr. Kirk Cousins. So we're here to talk about it. Um, Kirk Cousins stepped out yesterday and he was spotted initially first at a Chipotle restaurant in Ohio. Actually one of the suburbs of Cleveland, which from my little bit of research is probably about 15-20 minutes outside of the Cleveland Browns Stadium, their training facility, a Westlake Chipotle. He was spotted at a Westlake Chipotle, and he was spotted there taking pictures with the fans, who of course recognize him. And as we all know, people who have been following Kirk Cousins, like most of us Falcons fans have for the last year, 12 months, the Cleveland Browns have probably been the most prominent team that have been mentioned and rumored that Kirk Cousins could be traded to. That'll be the next team that he ends up with if the Falcons happen to cut him. Now, it does not seem at this point the Falcons would like to cut him. It seems their preference would be to get something for him via trade. So Kurt was spotted, as you see right here on the screen. He was spotted here in this restaurant here, and this is actually a restaurant called City Barbecue in Avon. And I do want to say, like, most of the reporting that I've seen on this thus far have really only covered him being caught, or I shouldn't say caught. He's not a fugitive, but him being spotted at the Chipotle. That was the first picture that came out, and later on in the day, another picture came out with him at this location that we're looking at on the screen. Again, this is City Barbecue in Avon, and this is another suburb of Cleveland, right outside the city limits. Now, let's deal with what's going on. You mean to tell me Kirk Cousins got spotted publicly? And I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with this, or this can't happen. But he's out taking pictures in suburban Cleveland, and not one, but two separate restaurants within hours of one another. You know, and as y'all can tell, I'm a guy that I love to eat. You know what I mean? And I don't know about Kirk's eating habits, but this is very peculiar. It is not a coincidence. This is manufactured. One thing that I've learned about Kirk Cousins since he's been in Atlanta is his team. They are very, very calculated. And it has been easy and apparent for me to see how this guy has made so much money in his career with only one playoff win. Uh Very manufactured, very calculated. I saw that when he appeared on Good Morning Football, and and said what he said about, hey, I was injured, that's why I played so bad. Um I saw that when he appeared as one of the guest commentators in one of the NFL playoff games, also pretty much, campaigning and auditioning for new teams. So this was calculated by Kurt and also his team to, like, I don't know what the agenda behind this is though. I have saw some people say that he was out there meeting with the Cleveland Browns. I can't verify if that's true or not. Somebody else will have to verify that. In order for him to meet with the Cleveland Browns, he of course would have to get permission from the Atlanta Falcons. I haven't seen any reports as of this video I'm making saying that the Atlanta Falcons have granted him permission. So whether he met with the Cleveland Browns team officials yesterday or today, At this point, I can't say. If verified information comes out about that, we will come back and we will talk about it also. I've also heard some people say, well, hey, he was out looking at houses in the area where Kurt has been spotted at. That's where a lot of athletes and rich people live. So he was out there house hunting and checking out schools. I've seen it also. But whatever it is, he put this out there for this reason, for people like me to talk about it, for people like you to talk about it, and for the internet to gobble it up. This was put out here definitely for a reason, and we're here talking about it. We are digesting it at this point in time. Also, he was spotted at another restaurant, which we'll talk about as well. This is the first place that he was spotted at, which is the Chipotle, and this is in a city or a town called Westlake. This is where he was initially spotted at. And let's just say this, Kirk Cousins, we all know he's got all kinds of money. If he didn't want this stuff to get out and people to start talking about this for whatever reason, he does not go into these restaurants. He could have wherever he's staying at or whoever he's staying with, you could have got Uber Eats, you could have got DoorDash. I'm sure. I don't know 100%, but I'm about 99.4% sure he isn't traveling alone. It seems like him and his wife, they go step and step. So he could have sent his wife in there, hey baby, go and get the food if you don't mind, and nobody's gonna recognize her. And I don't say that to be disrespectful, but nobody's gonna recognize his wife. Nobody's gonna recognize his agent or his assistant or whoever he's traveling with. I can guarantee you he's not traveling alone. But he wanted this stuff to get out, which it initially did. This is the very first picture that hit the internet yesterday, hit Twitter. And also, Kirk Cousins himself made sure to comment on this picture and let you know this is official. Because when this guy initially posted this tweet with this picture, people was, oh man, that's fake, blah blah blah, that ain't real. So you know what? Kirk came in the comment himself. He said, hey, salad with double chicken never fails me. So Kurt verified, yes, this picture is legit. Yes, I was there in the Cleveland area today. So what now? But this is I guess we're gonna have to wait and see what kind of legs this situation has with Kirk Cousins, and whether he will end up in Cleveland. Again, this is not about coincidence. It could be a situation where his agent has already told him, yeah, this trade is definitely probably going to happen. So start making plans to relocate to Cleveland this upcoming football season. Again, he could be out there house hunting. He could be out there looking at schools for the kids. Who knows? Now, as far as how the trade is facilitated, that's another story in itself. If I'm Cleveland Browns, which of course I'm not, I don't know if I would really want Kirk Cousins' contract and Deshaun Watson's contract on my books at the same exact time. If Kurt is traded to Cleveland, he's going to get his guaranteed money regardless, but there could be some type of restructure for those remaining 2 years of his deal. The Cleveland Browns have just restructured Deshaun Watson's contract, and it looks like Deshaun will be out the entire 2025 season. He won't be playing. So I would assume the Browns do get Kirk Cousins, that they try to wash their hands with Deshaun Watson during the 2026 season, and that's so convoluted itself. You're talking about $80 million, $80+ million worth of money still on that contract. I don't follow the Browns hardly ever outside of stuff like this, but when I looked at Deshaun Watson's money in his contract, from what I could gather, it looks like they realistically can't really get out that contract until maybe about 2027 without taking a very, very, very hard hit and dead cap money. But that's for the Browns and the Browns YouTubers to worry about. Decide. We got our own problems this year with cap space. That we're dealing with. We just restructured AJ Terrell and also Chris Lindstrom. But I just want to come in and check and talk about that again. This is definitely planned and manufactured by Kirk Cousins and his team. He wanted these pictures out. This reminds me of Julio Jones when he was on his way out, and he popped up in the Dallas Cowboys sweater or a hoodie. And that was planned. That was deliberate by Julio also. He knew what he was doing. He knew somebody would see him in public. Hey, there's Julio Jones. Can I get a picture? Of course you can. And the person takes the picture, they put it on the internet, and it catches like a wildfire, just like this has done. So Kirk knew what he was doing, hitting these restaurants within hours of each other. But it is what it is, as we say. But I'm interested for you guys to tell me, what do you think about this? Do you think a trade is coming with Kirk Cousins? With him out here in Cleveland, shaking hands and kissing babies with the locals. So do you think this is a trade coming with Atlanta and Cleveland, or do you think I'm just blowing something out of proportion and this guy was just doing like anybody else do? He was hungry and he went inside of 2 restaurants within hours to get some food for himself. So let me know what you think. I'm interested to know what you think. Make sure to comment. Also make sure to like the video and share the video as well. But yeah, let's chop this up. Let's discuss it in the comment section. And if anything else comes out about this, we'll be back on. But until then, I thank y'all for your time. Y'all be good. I'm out of here. Peace.